Okay, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first session for the new season. So we are at this place called the Red Bull Ring. I'll do it in English so that everyone can understand. Okay, so first things first, the pit exit is quite a shitty thing.
Your exit's clear. Watch the white line. Your
I
brakes are
use
cold.
this
We need to get
just
some
after
heat into them.
these two dark patches on the left-hand side Armco. After the second one, round about here, this is sort of where I brake for the exit onto second gear. And then just cut it nice and tight so that you can open the steering. Okay, so going up the mountain, the exit to turn 1 is very important because probably your best overtaking opportunity will be into this turn coming up. But apart from that, being able to take this corner nicely will depend on how brave you are for one, and you need to be attacking this corner. One thing I can say about Red Bull Ring is that if you think you're too far left, go a bit more to the left or to the right of the curb, because the track limits are quite forgiving and you unfortunately have to use it
Yellow flag.
to get the maximum out of this track. So coming into this corner, we'll get to the first corner later. You want to place your vehicle, the right-hand wheels, all the way on this curb on the right.
Green flag. You're clear.
Your right-hand wheels on the curb. This is going to be your line. So it's still valid here, and your brake marker will be as you reach this line here, which is the 100-meter mark. So you'll get hard on the brakes. Most important thing is don't be too tempted to turn in early. Also, avoid as far as possible going over the curb on the inside, this corner, because that can unsettle the car. So you want to slow the car down in a straight line as far as possible, so that when you turn into the corner, you can straight line it as much as possible. This will avoid wheel spin and give you a nice, clean and effective exit onto the following straight. So you're going to brake here. You're going to bring it down to first gear. You're going to be braking all the way here. And just before the red and white ends, round about here, this is only when you'll bring the car in. Don't be too tempted to bring it in early. For one, you're making the corner much sharper than it needs to be. And you're going to compromise your exit because you'll most likely have some wheel spin. So when you get here, you want to carry as much speed as possible. So leave the last part of the brake. It's a steep uphill little slope, so that should slow you down even more. So once you get the hang of this, you'll understand what I mean. So you want to carry speed across here. Don't go onto that inside curb.
Incident clear. Green flag.
Just want to graze it. And as soon as you're around it, you want to open your steering. Don't go on the yellow part like you on. You just want to be on the curb on the exit. And then you're going to flat foot it down this little hill. Just make it a straight line as possible. Hello Conrad, hello Fleming.
Good evening, guys.
Join the server, you're welcome. Okay, coming down here, once again, you're going to put your car right over the edge like this. All the way with the right-hand tires on the red and white.
Yellow flag.
Once again, you're going to brake as you reach the 100-meter line. This one is actually quite nice because there's two ways in which you can attack this corner. But I'm just going to show you the normal one, which will be bringing it in nice and tight. So once again, you will brake down the gears to second gear. Again, hold back as far as you can into turning in. Same story as the previous corner. Wait for this little triangle at the end of this curve.
Yellow flag.
And then
Stay
you
sharp.
bring the car in. You can go over the inside curve because all the weight will be on the left-hand side, so it won't have too much of an impact.
Yellow flag.
Trail brake it in as far as possible. And just be gentle with the throttle on the exit. Make sure the car is stable before you apply the throttle. And then when you apply the throttle, you'll naturally run out nice and wide
to
this area here. Just hold your steering and let it naturally come back to the inside. When we get to this one, now it's the opposite. You're going to put the car on the other side again. So all the way here. Once again, you're going to brake just before this line entering the corner. Once again,
Yellow
be
flag.
patient with your turn in. So you're going to brake, bring it down to third gear.
Incident clear. Green flag.
Be patient with a turn in. And like we always say, once you turn in, you want to wait for the nose. You'll get that feeling when the nose feels like it's just pulling in and pulling
Yellow
in.
flag.
And as soon as you get that feeling, which
Green
will
flag.
which will be round about the middle of the corner. This is about where you want to be. As soon as you see the nose
Yellow
starts
flag.
to grab and grip up, that's when you apply full throttle. And just hold your steering. Don't steer
Incident's
more or
clear.
don't
Green
steer less.
flag.
Just hold it in that same position,
Yellow flag. Stay sharp.
and it will naturally drift out
You're clear
wide
of the
to around
incident.
here.
Green flag.
So once again, you don't want to go in the sand. That will invalidate your lap. But
Yellow
you're
flag.
still fine. And you're going to be hard on the throttle. And just as soon
Green
as you're
flag, you're
over
clear.
this curb, let me just shut
Yellow
up
flag.
this. Let me just shut up this crew chief again. I keep on forgetting that. My bad. Okay, as soon as you're over that curb, the end of the curb, you will brake. In the Merc, I'm still in third, so I don't shift down, but in other cars, you might already be in fourth. So you'll just shift one back. Same as the previous corner, wait for the apex, wait for the nose to come in. Preferably do not climb onto the curb on the inside here, because it will have the tendency to spin out the rears. So avoid going onto the curb in this one. Just get it nice and close, and then feed the power. You can run all the way over these curbs, that's fine, as long as your wheels don't go over the red and white curb. Then straight line it as much as possible. Stay to the left hand side of the track, and once again, as per Red Bull tradition, as soon as you have this little gap, car all the way on this side. Your brake marker is just before this line here. I brake, shift down to third gear, and then I just coasted in until I can feel the car is settled and I've got the grip and the car is stable, and I'm through the apex. Then I get hard on the throttle. So you'll be coasting here. Yeah, you can take a little bit of the curb, it's not too bad. But as soon as you can, if you feel the car is stable and the nose is settled, give it the beans. You can run away all the way over here with your wheels still on the red and white, the right hand wheels. But this is one of the important tricks. This corner always catches people out. While you're accelerating in this position, it's fine. You can be there, give it the beans, but get back with your left hand wheels on this blue and white part like this before you get to the brakes. If you are here and your left hand wheels is on that pure blue part and you're going to brake for that corner, it's still valid. You're still valid within track limits here, but that's this little reach that this white and blue curbing creates will unsettle the car going into that corner. So just bring it back over this side so that your wheels are on the blue and white. And this is your braking marker for just as this blue part starts next to the red and white on the left. This is your braking marker. Third gear for this corner. And what I would recommend is just before you brake, turn the nose towards the corner. When we go full speed, I'll show you exactly why I say that. Because if you are braking in a straight line here, and then you have to bring it in, you're going through a little dip there, and it will unsettle the rear. So if you already aim your car to the corner when you're doing the braking, it's much easier to make the corner successful. So you want to be on the brakes here, and you want your inside wheels to get onto the red and white curb, but not the yellow tortoise there. Moenie die skilpad slaan nie. So you want to brake, and as soon as your wheels hit this little dip right there, that's where you want to be on throttle. And full on throttle. Trust in the car that it'll rotate without running you too wide. That's why it's important to get your nose turned in already, that little bit, before you hit the brakes for that corner, because it makes this exit a lot easier. And then you'll run all the way over here, and then just gently bring the car back onto the track and over the line. Hopefully it's clear as mud so long. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, boy, yes.
Thanks.
Yep,
I was
loud
got
and
worried.
clear.
It's dead quiet. Okay, then coming to the first corner, the most important one. Once again, same story. Bring the car all the way over to the side. Your brake marker is this 100-meter line coming up now. This is your brake marker as well. Once again, same story as all the others. Brake in a straight line, slow the car down to second gear in this case. It's second gear is sort of your safe bet. And there's a skull putt on the entrance or on the corner there as well. Do not hit the tortoise. You want to just miss it. Just miss it with your inside wheels. So you're gonna brake down, and once again, like we did almost with the second last corner, you're gonna brake, lift off everything, and you want to coast. Just coast over that curb, get the car settled. And the mistake that people make sometimes is you think you have to turn more. It's almost like Eau Rouge. I'll explain to you what I mean now. So you're gonna brake down to second gear, wait for the turning as far as possible, so that by the time you bring it in, you can follow this line. So you just clip that inside. And don't make the mistake to think you have to keep on turning right because a corner goes right. Same with Eau Rouge. You just turn the first part. And then as soon as you're through it, you open your steering wheel. And make it straight. Because then you will end up in this position, which is still a valid lap. This is the quickest line. So a lot of people think, okay, I have to keep turning to get into the corner. You don't. You just want to get the nose into this orientation, and then straighten up the steering wheel so that you can get a clean straight exit onto the straight. Okay, let's just heat up the tires a bit. We'll talk as we go. So here we're looking for the 100-meter mark. Over the left hand side, we're going to brake hard down to first gear. Don't hit the skull putt. Open the steering. Don't go onto the yellow on the outside. Speed on the throttle. Straight line it as much as possible. Here we're going over on the left hand side. Like this. Wait for that line. Brake. Down to second gear. Trail it in. As soon as the car is settled, give it the beans. Just hold the steering wheel. Just hold it. Don't steer more. Don't steer less. Over to the left. Brake. Wait for the turn in. Bring it. Feel the nose. As soon as the nose bites, then you can give it full on the throttle and just hold the steering. Over that curb. One down. Just hold the steering. As soon as the nose bites, just let it run wide naturally. Don't steer too much. The car will do the rest for you. Here we go. Over on the left hand side. Just before the line. Brake. Down to coast. On the throttle, bring it back. Okay, I shifted down there, that was my mistake. Onto the first corner, over on the left hand side, just before the 100, brake. Coast through, open the steering, and there you go. You don't have that big fright going into the first corner. Up the hill, over on the left hand side, wait for the 100-meter line. There we go, hard on the brakes. You want to attack this corner early on the throttle. That little hill will give you the grip that you need to get out of there. Over on the left hand side, wait for the 100-meter mark. There it is. Down to second gear, trail it in. As soon as the car is settled, hard on the throttle, just hold the steering wheel. Just be smooth with the steering wheel. Wait for the 100-meter mark. Wait for the nose. There I can feel the nose gripping up, and then I can plant it. Wait for the nose to come in. There it is. Plant it. When I say plant it, I mean plant it. Over on the left-hand side. Go over. 2 down. Remember to get back onto the track just before the curb. Right there. Oh, why did I shift down again? I'm too slow. Okay, and we'll go for a quick one.
Who's trying to start takeoff?
Just open the steering wheel. As soon as you're through the turn, open the steering, straighten it up. And then you won't have that scary moment going into that corner. Over on the left hand side, hard on the brakes, down to first gear. Hard on the accelerator as soon as the nose is in. Come back over the left hand side, just before the line, brake down, second gear, trail it in. As soon as the car is settled, get on the throttle, just hold the steering, it'll come back to you. Over on the left hand side, brake, one gear down, wait for the nose. I can feel the nose grip up. Wait for the nose, there I can feel the nose grip up. As soon as it does that, then you can plant it. Almost done. Hard on the brakes. Just goes through as soon as you feel. That's a bit much, but you get the idea. Any questions?
Are we doing pit entrance as well?
Yes, I'm gonna do the pit entrance now. Let me just get out of here. So coming out of the pits at full speed, I just go after those two little dark spots there on the inside. So the main things are, get all the way over the curbs before you enter the corners, brake in a straight line, slow the car down before turning in. That's the most important things for this track. If you can do trail braking well, you should have a good time. Specifically on corners like this one. And always just wait for the nose. As soon as you feel the nose is settled. Okay, coming here, you're gonna just keep to the inside as you exit this corner. Just keep to the inside. Slide on the brakes. As soon as this road straightens up, right here. As soon as this road straightens up here, this will be your brake marker to get into the pits. So there's a little patch of grass there. Just before that turn, you'll just brake, go down to second, follow the road, and as soon as it straightens up like this, you can be on full throttle, but as soon as you get to this point, this is your brake marker to get slowed down in time for the pit limiter here. And that is a guide of Red Bull Ring to the best of my knowledge. Your thoughts and experiences will be nice to know as well. So as per normal, hello Jean. How you doing? Jean is with us. Long time no hear from Jean.
Goeienaand.
Hey, hoe gaan het?
Hallo. Lekker. Ek sukkel nog met Red Bull Ring, so toe nog ek kyk.
Nou maar kom klim in die
Goeie
server.
luister.
Kom
Ek
klim in
kom,
die
ek kom.
server. Okay, so for the new guys, David, what we normally do now is you go out on circuit. We'll jump in with you in your car and give you some pointers and tips, how we can see where something might be wrong or help you in any way. And then
I've never done a lap of this track, so I would prefer not.
okay, no, but at least you get some good time now. There's 40 minutes left in this session.
Okay.
Then what happens next, we will have a 30-minute race. But it's not a race like a race and to see who's first and second.
Yeah.
The purpose of the race is just we're going to do 3 practice starts. because that's something that you never get to practice. That when you get in a race situation with all the cars around you in close proximity, where do you brake? How do you handle yourself going into turn 1 and all that? So
Yeah,
we'll do
makes sense.
3 practice starts and then a 30-minute race with 2 pit stops that we just normally put in 10 liters per pit stop, just so that you can practice the pit entry and the procedures for changing your fuel contents, taking off the changed tires, checkbox and all those type of things, so that you don't get it wrong when you are in a race situation. So that's the way going forward. So feel free, go on track. I'll just spectate you a bit and I won't say too much, and get a feel for the track. We're gonna put up the I normally put this track guide up as well on our YouTube channel for later reference for anyone that needs to learn how to take Red Bull as well.
Cool, thanks.
Great stuff. Okay.